Ready, Kevin?
I'm ready.
You say potato.
I say potato.
That is no. Let's remember that song is about different pronunciations. Remember?
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Okay, let's try it again. Here we go. Ready? You say potato.
I say potato.
No. You know what? I'm going to start.
How about I start?
Okay, you start.
Okay.
Okay, you start. Ready?
You say potato.
I say potato. You know what?
What?
Let's just call the whole thing off.
Oh, okay.
Let's just cook potatoes.
Let's do. It's potato night on Singular Supper. Can you believe all the things you can do with a potato?
Well, I know one thing you can do.
Yeah.
Let's say hello to. Well, just feel free to comment. What would you like us to name
Our co-host,
Mr. Potato Head?
Yeah.
He desperately needs a first name.
But
before we go any further,
okay,
I have to make a correction from last week.
Okay.
And I want to credit and thank Mary Hawks. Yes. Too much salt on the brain. I said Roger Stone wrote 1776. Oh my God. Roger Stone is a criminal who has bad taste in hatware.
Yes, he does.
Peter Stone, the fabulous Peter Stone wrote 1776.
Well,
so
I should have caught that too, so it's half my fault.
Yeah, you should have.
It was all my fault.
That is why this week I have extensive notes.
Oh, nice.
Out of view of the audience.
Yes.
So there'll be no more Roger/Peter Stone.
Are we back to Peter Stone this week, or are we doing somebody else?
We're going to talk a little bit about Irish musicals, going back to the potato.
Irish potato.
The Irish potato and the Irish musicals. I came up with two.
Two? There's got to be more than two.
Well, there probably are. I came up with two that were successful.
Okay. Well, if you know any, put it in the comments. We'd love to know.
If you know of some, or you think you know a couple, Chris, our fabulous cameraman, Chris Nichols, also our live tech support, is hopefully watching comments tonight and sharing them. So if you know some Irish musicals,
let us know.
Let us know.
And we'll tell you R2 later. So if you can think of R2.
R2.
We have to.
Okay, we're going to kick off with you.
Why don't we tell them what we're going to do tonight? I'm going to do a shrimp stuffed twice baked potato.
A shrimp potato? Is that a little bitty potato?
No.
No?
They're big potatoes.
Big potatoes, but we're stuffing them with shrimp.
We are. And what are you doing?
I'm going to do potato pancakes that you can use for appetizers.
But we're missing a form of potato. We're missing a sweet potato.
Oh, the sweet, kind, loving potato.
Oh, Mrs. Peru.
Oh, Mrs. Peru.
That kind of adds music, man. Kind of slipping.
Well, it's mainly on.
Gary and Dennis. Oh, I guess that's not.
But Mrs. Peru is definitely on.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm going to do a little sweet potato appetizer. That'll be the last thing.
You're a little sweet potato.
Well, thank you. Hey, people have different ways of doing baked potatoes.
Yes.
The way I hate the most is in the microwave because I just don't. I mean, it's fast, but I just don't feel like it's a baked potato if it's in the microwave.
And sometimes they can explode.
They can.
Has anybody had that happen? Not a good thing.
You don't want that to happen. So I'm going to show you how I do. These are steakhouse baked potatoes. I'm going to show you how I do it, and I'm sure there's a million. Yeah, I'm sure there's a million ways to do it. I've already got 3 done here that we're going to use for the stuff. So what you have to do to keep it from exploding is puncture it with a fork.
Come on, Kevin. Take out your frustrations on all of the theater that's been canceled.
No. We're not talking about that tonight.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take some.
But you could.
You could. I'm going to take some olive oil, and I just rub the olive oil all over, get my hands all messy.
And how many times did you stab it?
I stabbed it 4 times.
4.
Yeah, and then I like to take kosher salt and do that all over it.
And that olive oil makes it stick.
Yes. And do you want to put some pepper on it so I don't get my olive oil hands all over the pepper?
Yeah, well, I slip right through your hands.
Yes.
Okay.
Just pepper it real good. Because remember, this is going to be in the oven at 350 for about an hour. Let's flip it over.
Flip Mr. Tater.
Yeah.
Do we have any names for our potato?
None yet.
Spud.
I like
Ollie.
that.
Ollie?
Ollie.
Polly.
Kevin the Second.
Oh, thank you. It's because of the nose.
It's because of the very close resemblance.
Yes.
Peter Stone.
Peter Stone. Peter Stone, Potato Man.
Yes.
He's working on a new musical.
And then you have answers to
Oh, good.
Oh, well, hold on, because we're gonna see. We're gonna push that.
We're gonna do the stuffing for the baked
I
potatoes
kind of,
first.
I kind of like Spud.
I do too.
Yo, Spud, keep an eye on this guy.
All right, so let's get these because these have to go in the oven for a few minutes to warm
Oh,
up.
okay. So you baked that potato
I baked
350
them 350 for an hour.
for an hour.
And I've done 3 already, and I've hollowed them out here and put the potato in this bowl.
Spud goes, oh no, is that my face?
That's right. So we're gonna put a cup of sour cream in.
Now you're talking my love language.
I'm gonna hand you these things off.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put all.
Wait, you missed some. You went all the sour cream in there.
We're gonna put a stick of butter. Is that your love
start
language?
with a stick of butter.
And we're gonna mash that all together. Can you salt and pepper that for me while I'm mashing?
Nothing would make me happy.
Okay, good.
Ta-da.
Perfect. And some pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Very dramatic tonight, folks.
That's how.
That's good. That's good.
That's good.
Thank you.
What about
All
the
right.
cheese?
Yeah, for most of that cheese, I need a little bit for garnish. So about 3/4.
Yes. Clean hands.
3/4.
Wash your 3/4. On a sprinkle.
Into the bowl would be great. Yeah,
Oh.
perfect. That's enough. All right.
He's kind of bossy, ain't he, Spud? Okay.
All right. We shouldn't have left her alone for so many weeks.
That's
All right. Can you get me a spoon?
I sure can. Big spoon?
Big spoon would be great.
Big spoon?
All right.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like a regular twice baked potato, except for the shrimp twice baked potato. What do we need, dear? Shrimp. How about you throw the shrimp in there? These are pre-cooked shrimp. Roast them for about 10 minutes and cut them in thirds. So they're
Oh, okay.
bite-sized
So
pieces.
sometimes you can buy the little baby shrimp.
You can,
these
but
were
I like
cut.
the bigger ones because I cut them.
Want
Because
all?
yeah, all of them. If we're going to do shrimp, we're going to do shrimp.
You don't mess around. Jumbo shrimp.
Jumbo shrimp. Cut into thirds. No. These are 51 and 60 count, and they were frozen. If I'm going to put a shrimp into a dish with something else, I can use those frozen ones from who knows where they come from. But if the shrimp is going to be the center of the entree, then I use fresh.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
these will be fine.
Many a top chef is going home for frozen seafood.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, if I were on Top Chef and they were providing the shrimp, I'd use the fresh shrimp.
I would always use the fresh shrimp.
All right. So see, we're all combined there.
Mm.
And we're going to stuff these right into the potato. And we're going to have a little bit extra here. So I'm going to start putting these into the potato. And if you want to go ahead and tell us what's next with your
Okay,
dish.
I am Mr.
Okay.
Before we start, I'm going to let you stuff. We're going to.
Okay.
Chris, you want to tell us some of the musicals people came up with?
Once.
Once. Yes!
Once is on our list.
Brigadoon, but the question is, that might be Scotland.
Scotland, I think I was in Brigadoon.
Finnian's Rainbow.
Yes, those are the two. I'm going to stop you right there for a second because we looked up Finnian's Rainbow.
She looked
Which
up Finnian's Rainbow.
I did. Kevin does
She,
promos.
she does all the
I
research.
curate the music. Finnian's Rainbow, 1947, ran for 725 performances. You're not going to see it done much anymore.
No.
Really not very politically correct and kind of a wild story. Do you have another one?
No, Rachel's, yes, Finnian's Rainbow.
Yes,
Oh,
Rachel.
Very good, Rachel.
Lynn would mention, I try to forget Finnian's Rainbow.
Yes. I
Yeah.
agree with you, Lynn.
It's kind of known now for its score. It does
Yeah.
have some lovely songs. Look to the Rainbow, How Are Things in Guacamora, Old Devil's Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Story, not the most PC.
Queen?
No, maybe, yeah. Okay. I'm not that. We talked about that a few weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
But I'm not that familiar.
Wasn't that
with
Dairy
show.
Queen week that we talked about that?
Dairy Queen. Okay, so that's good. Oh, and the one other thing I wanted to mention about Finnian's Rainbow is it starred David Wayne as the leprechaun, and he won Best Featured Actor in a Musical. He won the Tony. That was the first year
He was
they
also
had that
yeah. He was
category.
he was also Batman, wasn't he? David
David
Wayne?
Wayne. I think so.
Yeah.
He was also, as you pointed out, Boss Hogg.
No. He was Big Daddy
Oh,
on the
that's
Golden.
how my brain works.
Boss
Boss
Hogg.
Hogg, Big Daddy.
No.
That's right.
I don't think Boss Hogg ever did a musical.
Okay. Watch that Dukes of Hazzard, the musical, coming soon.
Look at my baked potatoes.
Ah, look at
We're we're going to take the rest of this
Spud
cheese.
says, wow, wow.
Spud says,
Mama, Mommy, Daddy,
so we're
I
going to
hardly knew ya.
put a little bit more cheese because we didn't have enough cheese.
Let's not put that spoon in the
No, we won't. Little cheese on the top. We're going to put it in the oven at 350 and just warm up the insides.
You want it at 350?
Yep.
Shall I adjust that?
Yes, and don't forget to turn on your oil.
I did.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we are warming up. I think we've got a little ways to go. Okay, potato pancake time. This is fairly easy, but so delicious. Who doesn't love potatoes? Okay, so we're going to start with one russet potato, peel, and an onion that's diced up, and I'm going to use the food processor for this. Some people say you need to use a box grater, and I read a great comment that said, you know, the people who swear by the box graters also swear that it's that extra bit of knuckle skin in the potato that really puts it over the edge. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to do it in the food processor. So in goes the potato.
Now, how do you keep them from browning?
Good
Because
question.
that's always my problem.
I peeled it earlier. I put it in a bowl with cold water.
That's it.
And that's it. That's all it takes. And then
Great.
I just took it out a little bit ago. And here we go.
Super.
Okay. Here we go. All my stuff. Put in the
Look how fast
onions.
that goes.
Oh, yeah. You can even do this. See how easy that is? There's a little bit left.
When do you serve these?
We're just getting rid of that. When would you serve these?
Yeah, when do you serve them? This is the chef special here.
Yeah.
This is the potato.
I love raw potato.
My
That's
dad
why
used to
we're
make.
friends.
He used to make raw potato sandwiches. Yeah.
Along with the spaghetti sandwiches. Your dad's quite the connoisseur. Now, the thing with potato pancakes is potatoes have a lot of moisture in them, and we want crispy potato
Absolutely.
pancakes. So what I have here, do you mind setting that on the floor for me? Cameraman hands
That's
coming
Chris.
in. Woohoo! I've got some cheesecloth here. You can also use a clean white dishcloth. You wouldn't want anything that's dyed or has a lot of color in it because that's going to come through on your potatoes.
All right.
That's okay. Just going to get all this off. I'm going to put that in there.
Could you use those frozen hash brown potatoes from the grocery store? Like saying you put your potato in the microwave.
Yeah, I think it is. You know, I guess in a pinch you could, but fresh would be better.
Okay.
Okay, so there it is. And you know what?
You're already shedding.
I'm going to take this over to the sink for a second. Well, okay. I was going to mix it in there, but I'll get it back there.
Oh, I was just gonna follow you over there.
Okay, that's right. You know what? I'm going to squeeze. See how much liquid
Oh my gosh,
is in there.
that's
Really?
fantastic.
I'm going to squeeze all of that out.
Look at the muscle.
Spud is really upset now.
Yeah.
We're squeezing.
Yeah.
Poor
More
family.
relatives. More relatives are giving.
Now, one thing I saw, Kevin, you can do is you can leave this water and you can, the starch, I guess, is going to go to the bottom. You can use that starch as a thickener. If you want gluten-free, Rachel, if you want gluten-free potatoes, use that as your thickener.
Okay.
I'm going to end up using flour. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to hand you that.
Okay.
And that. I'm going to get out another bowl.
Would you say this is our pasta? Is this the pasta water?
You could. We're just going to dump that tonight. So now I have this nicely drained shredded potato and onion. I have here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a half a cup of flour, baking soda, salt, and pepper in here. We're going to add that. And then I have 1 egg, 2 eggs. This recipe will be there on our website tomorrow. I've cut it in half tonight just because I know how many I need to make.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add the egg. And I'm going to add the flour. And if you wanted, you could use a different type of gluten-free flour to bind it together.
Great.
Mix it all up. Turns the yolk, makes it that nice yellow golden color, which I like. Here we go.
Are you making the applesauce to go with it?
I am not. I purchased the applesauce, but
Okay.
you could run those apples through the food
You
processor, and you would have
It would be a
fresh
big night for the food
applesauce.
processor.
It would be. Okay, there we go.
That's
Okay.
great.
Now you kind of have to use your hands.
Need that done.
Those are for later. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So, Chris, if you want to bring this over, we're going to fry a couple. This oil is nice and hot. So you can make them any size you want. Other way. Hello, there we go. I'm thinking more appetizer size.
Oh,
So
cool.
I'm going to keep them kind of on the small side. You can see kind of like a silver dollar. Form it with your hands. Toss it in oil. When if it sizzles, you can always throw a little bit of potato in there and make sure it starts sizzling. Because if it doesn't, your oil's not hot enough, and you don't.
You don't want it
wait.
sitting in oil.
You do not want it sitting in oil, and you really only want to turn them once because the more you turn them, the more oil they absorb. So I cook them for about a minute on each side, and I find that is perfect. Okay, head back over.
All right.
I'm going to keep cooking these, and I'm going to show you when they come out how they look.
All right. I'm going to work on our sweet potato appetizers.
It's okay, Spud. This isn't a relative.
Yes.
A distant relative.
Distant cousin.
Distant cousin.
So I've cut these sweet potatoes into about 1/4 to 1/8 an inch thick, and I've already roasted them. I did them in my air fryer at home, so they're already cooked all the way through, and it makes them a little bit crispier if you put them in the air fryer. So I have some guacamole here, I have some red tomatoes, and I have some bacon and some parsley, and that's how we're going to build it. So we're going to put let me stir up my guacamole. Guacamole is just basically avocado and some lime juice and salt and pepper. So I'm going to put
And not cilantro.
not cilantro. That's what the recipe called for. But I
Not
said
cilantro.
no. So we put one little glob of that on there. We take and put some red onions on there. We put some bacon. That's
Bacon.
how we do it.
I heard the magic words.
That's right. So I'm going to finish these up. These are little appetizers. I just think they're so colorful.
They're so
And
pretty.
it would be a nice little fall thing too, because it's got all the beautiful
Mhm.
colors that fall
Oh,
in
it
there.
smells good.
How about you try one since they're right here?
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
While your latkes burn.
Mmm.
Tell us about it.
Well, we got a little crunch on the potato and bacon. Mmm. That is excellent.
Here, Mr. Cameraman.
Okay.
I think I'll try one
I'm
too.
going to go turn my latkes.
Turn your latkes. I'm going to try one. We use the parsley as a garnish at the very end. It's kind of like bacon, lettuce, potato sandwich.
It is, and you know, there's just a different texture with the sweet potato,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really good. It really holds up nicely.
How are we coming over there?
Oh, we're good. We
Mm.
are getting golden brown. You know, you can see. While these cook one more minute, let's talk about our other show.
That's what I was going to say.
How's our time? Oh my gosh, we are great. This show I really love, and I fell in love with it from the movie
Mm-hmm.
once, which is a lovely movie with Glenn Hansard and Marketa Irglova.
What's the movie?
Once.
Yeah, you saw it once, but what's the movie?
Who's on first?
I don't know. Potato? Potato?
Potato, followed by potato. So then they turned it into the musical Once, which opened in 2012.
That long ago.
I know.
How can that be?
I was researching today. It did 3 national tours. Pretty amazing. I know we saw 2 of them. I got to see it on Broadway. Fantastic.
Has that ever been done locally?
You know, it's not. I think they just are getting ready to release the rights because it went on these 3 national tours.
Oh, I see.
It ran for 1,167 performances. It was up for 11 Tony Awards.
Wow.
It won 8, including Best Show, Best Director, Best Actor. Anybody out there? Len, I know you know who this is. Our tech/cameraman is checking your comments.
Was that Lynn Carriou that played that role?
Yeah. And Angela Lansbury played
Ten Tale of Once.
It won book.
My goodness! Did anything else? Was there anything else open that year?
I don't think so. Clearly not. It was one of those years. It won 8 of the 11, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Really is a lovely show.
Now, what's unique about it? There's something unique about it, and I know you know.
Oh well, I think there's a lot unique about it. But what do you speak?
Well,
sir.
Where did they put the orchestra for that show?
Oh. Yes, one set, and the whole thing is kind of set in a bar in the.
It's not in the COVID 2020.
It's not.
Because the bar would be closed.
No kidding. The ensemble plays the instruments.
Oh.
Yes.
So did the same person direct that did the
Sweeney Todd?
No, the
Company?
yes.
No, I think the company Sweeney Todd person did those, and somebody else did this. If you know who directed it, let me know. I did not write that down. Okay, my potatoes are done. You talk for a minute, Kevin.
I'm finishing up these little appetizers here, and I'm going to check on our twice baked potato. I'm going to save those for the very end, but you're going to be excited to see
And
that.
I have to show how to top my little taters.
Top potatoes.
Top taters.
Is there a song about that?
You say potato, and I say potato.
Isn't there a song kind of like that about tomatoes?
Yeah, I think there is.
Let's do that.
I think it's just like that.
Is it? If you want to hear that song in its entirety, you can go down to Quality No Playhouse, because I'm sure that's on Kent's short list. So,
okay, look at these.
oh my gosh, those are perfect.
So I'm going to show you. I'll keep talking. I got to get some stuff out of the fridge.
She's making me talk a lot tonight.
Tell a joke.
I know no jokes. I know no. Did everybody have a good 4th? We haven't talked about that. 4th of July. Can you believe 4th of July was last week?
I do have one complaint.
Okay.
Oh, the fireworks. Our poor dog. Our poor dog still has not recovered. She slept in the basement for a week.
Oh, wow. I found a great place to watch fireworks.
Did you?
Right off my back.
Oh, that's right. Did anything ever go off there?
Yes, lots of things.
Okay. So you got your little bite-sized potato Latkes, and you can see you can top them with sour cream, applesauce. One thing I thought, you could do little slices of apple and maybe do a little toothpick and poke it through there.
Lovely.
But I'm going to put some of the sour cream on top.
I'm going to put mine next to you.
Yeah. And, you know, I think a lot of times these are at Hanukkah, so you wouldn't be adding bacon, but if they weren't for Hanukkah, you could add some bacon, crumbled bacon, because it is a little bit like baked potato.
Yes. Speaking of baked potatoes, how about, do we have something to put my hot pan on?
Mm-hmm. I sure do. Here, I'm going to throw this out of the way. The other thing that I have here are some chives, and I'm going to sprinkle those because it looks so pretty on top of the sour cream. Oh, scene stealer. Stop looking at my chives. Look at these taters.
Aren't they beautiful?
There's some beautiful spuds.
Put one there.
Oh my. And okay, now I've got my applesauce. I didn't make it. I bought it. But I'm going to put that on some of these.
That's lovely.
Isn't that pretty? Have a beautiful plate of appetizers. Look at that. Look at that.
That's beautiful. Now, tell me how the applesauce and the potatoes come together and how that all got, you know?
Oh, no, do you?
I don't.
I just,
I think it has something to do with hot.
I do think, anybody out there want to help us out? The applesauce with potatoes. It is, I made a trial run earlier, and of course I tried them. And I have to say the applesauce on top of the potatoes is really good. You get the onion and the
I'm going
salt.
to tell you what you get.
How about I get
Yeah, and then you get that sweet apple flavor.
Mm.
Tell me
You
what's going on.
The apples cut the tartness or the bite of the onion, but the onions are still crunchy, a little bit crunchy,
Are they?
just a little bit, which is good.
And you know it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
You do want to serve these hot. So I would say if you're doing these,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for a party, you want to do them in batches because, like a cold French fry, the cold potato latke is not going to
But
be very good.
these are sautéed at the perfect temperature because it's totally crispy and the inside is just like a mashed potato.
And you know why? Because the oil is hot.
That's right.
Now, Ina Garten,
Mm-hmm.
Barefoot Contessa, she says you could do half of the diced tomato, half mashed potatoes. You can mess around, you know, you could play around with this. I just did all the diced potatoes, but it works either way.
Is it different if you use potatoes?
It is totally different.
Oh.
Also, if you use tomatoes,
Oh, okay.
kind of a red
So-
color.
Potatoes and tomatoes make a different version of.
If you use either or either of those,
Oh.
yes.
So you wouldn't want to call the whole thing off.
Well, you might.
Oh, okay. How about we finish garnishing our?
Let's finish, and then we're going to taste
Okay.
that potato.
So we're going to take a little paprika, ground smoked paprika,
Smoked
and we're just going to
paprika.
a little bit,
Whoa,
a
not
little bit, just a little bit,
just a little bit.
just a little bit over here. I'm going to do it very high.
I've got forks for us.
There we go. Got a little color to it, and oh, there's more. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Did we get an answer on who won Best Actor? For once?
Steve.
Kazee, Steve Kazee. He's kind of cute too. Met him after the show. Got his autograph. And met most of the cast,
And
actually.
then Lynn said John Tiffany. Was that an answer to another question?
Director, John Tiffany. I'm going to go, if Lynn would know. So I'm going
Yes.
to go with John Tiffany. Thank you, Lynn. I did not have that written on my cheat sheet.
Sprinkle just a little few chives on the top there.
Oh, like
Chive.
me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
Ah, so we got the latkes, the sweet potatoes, and the shrimp, jumbo shrimp stuffed potato.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah. So it's a whole meal.
It is.
Yeah,
and
'cause
we're going to
if you
eat
use-
it in a few minutes.
If you use this as an appetizer, you use this as the entree, and you use that as your kind of dessert. Yeah,
This is a carbo load meal. Maybe
It is.
tomorrow we run a 5K.
Maybe tomorrow you run it.
Or maybe the cameraman does.
Maybe so.
That's
Hey.
probably our best bet.
So what's happening next week? I know you're going out of town, so we have a
Next
different
week-
night again.
Not
You're having
flying
fun chasing
anywhere.
us around, aren't you?
I know. Chris and I are going to get away a little bit.
Good for you.
But we're going to film on Tuesday.
Tuesday night
It's going
live.
to be
Tuesday night live.
green. It's not easy being green.
It's not easy.
Says one of my favorite movie stars,
Yes.
Kermit the Frog.
Yeah. So it's all about green foods.
Green foods.
And we'll be talking about Broadway shows that have green. Could there be one?
Could there be one that's pretty popular?
Make popular.
I
Maybe.
love the way we did that.
Or is it popular? You say popular.
I say popular, you say popular.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, this looks great. We're going
It
to
does.
dig in.
We are.
Thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday
Tuesday,
on
7.
Sing for Your Supper.
Stay cool. Enjoy your potatoes. Bye-bye.
Potatoes. Spud says bye.
Bye.
Push the last button.